Welcome. We are health-focused professionals of various realms, and we invite you to join us as we explore the Witherwild, one of the core campaign frames of Daggerheart. Daggerheart is a tabletop role-playing game from the creative minds at Darrington Press and Critical Role. I'm Justin the Wizard, and I'll be running this game. I'm joined by a cast of characters, featuring Sheila as Solara, Jeff as Salazar, and Andrew as Solis, with art by Midnight. We're hoping to share the therapeutic experiences of dice and paper table games with the broader health and wellness provider community. This allows us to represent our real-world problems in a fictional sandbox that can be freely explored. We're going to be improvising a fantasy tale together, and would be honored to have you join us. We'll chat about more, like stories behind the characters, or how tabletop gaming applies to coaching, counseling, and healthcare at patreon.com/JustinTheWizard. Raildern is not a popular person in Haven. He's responsible for rooting out insurgents, stopping schemes before they have a chance to start, and keeping close watch on Haven's internal activities. Grail has never really agreed with Archmage Phylax and their ambitions, and has followed Phylax here at the monastery, the Order of Zepientius. Salazar. You know Krail. Where are you? In the monastery, library, or your quarters when Krail approaches on this day?
I am researching in the library.
Salazar, I need to talk to you. Is there a quiet place? We need some privacy.
Yes.
So you lead, I imagine, Krail into a corner of the library, and there's a booth where private conversations can be had. The two of you step inside. Salazar, the Archmage is, and I don't know what their plan is. They're here now. I know not what the actual goal was, but I worry that, well,
Come on, Krail, tell me what's up.
the farms, the red flowers, they aren't thriving. We're getting 10,000 white flowers for every one of the red ones that cures the serpent sickness.
Yes,
And
but what does that have to do with them being here now?
I was hoping that you might be able to follow and watch, because Thaddeus wouldn't let me through.
You spoke with Thaddeus?
Well, I wasn't. Thaddeus saw me. So, yeah, anyway, that Thaddeus seemed to be willing to let Phylax go through.
He let Phylax through?
I don't know. I don't know. Something is wrong.
So, certainly something is wrong if Thaddeus let anyone through, much less Phylax.
Dare not cross your order. Will you follow and see what is going on below the monastery?
Of course I must.
So, Grail nods and takes his leave. What's next for Salazar?
I rush down to confront Thaddeus about why or who he is seeing and letting in.
As you approach, nothing looks amiss, except that Thaddeus seems unattentive. Give me a instinct roll, please.
I have 8 hope and 8 fear for critical success with 18.
Excellent. You gain 1 hope. With that critical success, what you notice is that this Thaddeus appears not to be breathing. Um, and on even closer inspection, you realize that the actual Thaddeus is behind an illusory veil, unconscious on the floor. This is a illusion, a magical ruse put in place to conceal the true nature of what's going on, and adding very much to the urgency. You can either assist Thaddeus, who may need medical attention, or you can follow down the tunnel to
I
figure out.
must, yes, I must follow down the tunnel for now.
Okay. Let me have you roll again for knowledge. So this is
Uh,
-1. So
yeah, yeah.
whatever you roll, you'll -1.
Yeah, it's 8 hope, fear 11, 18 total, so with fear.
+1 fear. 4 total on my counter. So with that, you actually don't trigger a magical rune that's been cast onto the ground, because you notice it in time, uh, via the telltale sort of wispy shimmer rising off of the ground that is normally not tainted so. Uh, so you do, however, having rolled with fear, uh, you do find it stressful that there is such a threat in a place so familiar. So take a stress.
I,
How do you get around this rune? Go ahead and describe it. It's kind of a big hallway, so there's room to move, but it does cover the span of the breadth.
knowing that malfeasance is here, leap into the air and flip over it to the
Okay.
other side.
As you do, it's sort of a jump and a little bit of a glide as you sort of soften your own landing. As you do on the other side, you're physically safe. This is feeling increasingly dangerous. What's next?
I must, despite the danger, continue to find out what has occurred. So I continue down the corridor.
Okay. Next, I'd like a finesse roll.
An 11 with fear. Do you need the 2 dice or just the total?
The total and with fear or hope is perfect. So thank
Got
you. Uh, so that was an 11 total.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach an opening at the end of this hallway, which sort of has twists and turns, it's kind of a linear path, but it doesn't mean it's a straight line. There's just kind of only one way the tunnel goes, but it sort of winds through rock and kind of a natural tunnel, like a cave. Um, as it opens up, there are two glows of light, a green glow and kind of an amber, orange, gold glow. As you enter this space, the light reflects off of your iciness and casts a massive prismatic burst of these colors across the room from you, alerting those inside to your presence immediately. So, what you see in that moment is the Archmage Phylax, one of the most powerful beings known in Haven or Fainwick, is there in the chamber with the great owl Nicta, a massive stone statue that sits oriented at the sunrise, as if it knows the direction it faces even from deep within the earth. Currently, both eyes are pointed due east. We are at a changing of seasons right now. And it is about to be the shift from summer into fall. Phylax reaches a magical appendage and plucks the amber eye and pulls that stone from the statue into a satchel, and almost as quickly envelops themselves in a magical energy and blinks away, leaving you in the room, now empty. As far as you know, you interrupted something. You're not sure if it was completed. I'd like to have you roll for your choice of instinct or knowledge, and I'll give you advantage if you roll for knowledge.
I'll roll knowledge.
Okay. So advantage means that you are going to go ahead and on Demiplane, you can pull up the duality roll, click plus advantage, and then set to -1. And so what it's going to do is it's going to add a six-sided die to the roll. And so you
So,
have a chance for this to add as much as +5. And the die that adds advantage takes away your disadvantage for knowledge.
oh, add advantage. Got it.
Yeah. So plus advantage, the green button.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Because let's say I
And
already have -1 for my own personal skills for knowledge. So yes, I got it.
yeah.
I see. All right. So now I have a hope, fear, and additional advantage
Yeah.
die.
So hope, fear plus a regular cube die. And
Yeah.
then you click -1, and that gives you
Yeah.
the all together. And then you click roll. Let me know what you get.
Got it. 15 with hope.
Okay. So the 15 with hope means that you realize immediately that the Archmage came here for exactly one thing and one thing only. And as you realize what that one thing was, you notice as the owl, the great owl Nicta, instead of continuing to turn for winter to the south, continues instead turn north back in the direction of the previous season's eye. So the green side is lit, and the owl is turning to direct the sun to rise in that sky. Close that scene. Solis. On the road, the sunrise serves as a marker in time and also a marker in space. Nomadic peoples are particularly attuned to navigational aids. Whoever you think it was that spotted the sunrise this morning I've noticed it's where it was yesterday. The sun's not supposed to do that. What kind of thoughts is Solis having in this moment of an unusual celestial sign?
Um, for Solis right now, the only thing that's in his head is oh, and just complete like something's very much wrong.
What type of terrain surrounds you right now?
Right now, Solis is surrounded by kind of some of the rocky hills nearest to his tribe, so nearest to his nomadic tribe.
In this space, the yellows of sulfur deposits and white magnesium deposits and red iron oxides dominate the landscape in warm tones. The sunrise creates an extra warm effect as it rises into the sky. And sure enough, yesterday's chalk mark on one of the stones for where a different stone had cast its shadow is again lined up perfectly. This time compass is now not the predictable cycle. Where might you want to head first?
Since near the encampment, Solis would hightail to the encampment to make sure that people are aware it's being discussed and to come up with a plan of what and how to address this.
Yeah, well, sure enough, it seems like it's already kind of becoming the talk of the village. Uh, you've got Corin certainly is surrounded, and everybody is really trying to get answers or at least comfort. No, 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 it's going to be okay. We'll figure this out just like everything else. Uh, and you know, doing his absolute best to keep a calm head on everybody as routines that do exist for nomads are the most important, right? Anything that you do, no matter where you are, is kind of a top tier thing, and managing time and direction is, like I said, very important. As you approach, Corin nods and directs you to join um, in a hut, tent, whatever you imagine, and directs uh, some of your siblings, his children, uh, into this hut, tent, again, whatever you imagine. It breaks the silence. I fear the Archmage has gone too far. Their ambition knows no bounds. But they really has disturbed the great owl. And you're not sure if Corin's talking to you, to your siblings, to himself, to the faint divinities, or is just nervous. If you'd like to try to get a read, you can roll instinct.
I would do so. It is a critical success of 16 with fear, though.
What worries you is that you realize that this is kind of an open, ad hoc, and worried prayer to the faint divinities. And the biggest concern, I think, that you read in Corin's expression right now is unfamiliar to you. You aren't used to this person grasping for answers. This is such a self-assured person. Um, it kind of shakes you to see this loss of uh, confidence. And you're realizing that family was brought together to witness each other's immediate thoughts and fears, and to not have to worry about the whole tribe right now, because uh, there's a genuine fear for what's to come. Solara, your home now is a huge conifer, a massive evergreen tree, unrivaled anywhere in the world. Fairies live together here amongst the branches. Many different types of fairies. None quite like you. None quite like your mother. The two of you come from a different land, north of here, where there are mushrooms and a type of fairy with a shell over their wings, like you have. You know, some call you a beetle fairy. That's one of the ways that some make sense of what they're seeing when they see you. And the other fairies here that were kind of from here originally, they resemble little, they're similarly sized as you, little small beings, um, but they mostly look like little halflings or humans, um, with wings that resemble those of a butterfly or a moth. And so your beetle form wings that sort of fold under this shell, that you can retract them into, they are different. And as the fairies wake and start to go about their morning, there is kind of a disturbance, to lack another term for it. And as you look, uh, you realize that um, one of the fairies has actually, like, sort of uh, poked their hand on a thorn, which happens, right? There are thorns in nature. Um, Only this is not like any other thorn, because as they begin to, uh, hold their hand and manage the pain, it's almost like the bramble sort of starts to grow through the wound, and so they start to have this uh, rapidly growing plant. And we're talking about a rather small little fairy person, so this is growing out of their hand, and it's getting intense for them, and they're kind of getting freaked out, um, as it starts to kind of grow up their arm, uh, and they're having kind of a get it off of me sort of response to this. And what would you like to do? Solara.
Oh, I was just waking up from a really, really nice dream. And then I saw this other fairy, this particular fairy, one fairy with all of this growth on the hand. And I actually want to just whisper to my friend. Shh, that's not a whisper, but I'm getting scared. Shh, wake up. I'm trying to wake
So,
up my firefly friend.
okay. So, I'd like for you to never mind. You do it. Um, you're a druid. Your firefly companion wakes up and, like an extension of you, approaches the fairy that's in distress and is able to land on their embrambled hand. With direct physical contact now through your companion, you now have the ability to do more to help that fairy. What would you like to do next?
Instinctively, my firefly friend illuminated this beautiful light. So we are seeing more and more and more and more light. And as this firefly friend do that, there's a sense of a tiny fraction of calmness in my other fairy friend, because we can see. And I go, oh, look at that. But I'm still scared. It's still growing. What do we do? What do we do?
Okay. I'd like for you would you like to try to reverse the growth effect on the other fairy or embrace?
So, as Solara is given this option, she quietly looks down at her little mirror and said, shh, what are we doing?
As
Just to
if
get some sense of feeling.
as if on cue a drop of dew falls into the mirror's leaf, spreads across the surface, and you see familiar face. Reverse.
And then immediately, without any more words from the mirror or the firefly friend, Solara just says, okay, it's okay.
So I'd like to have you choose between your two domain effects. Either one of them can be used here. Would you like to speak okay in nature's tongue or reverse the growth using a vicious entangle spell?
Nature's tongue.
Go ahead and give me the instinct roll. So you can click where it says +3 instinct roll.
And then click roll. Oh, it
And
rolled already.
it hasn't rolled yet unless you click roll. And it costs you 1 hope. I've marked that. So go ahead and click the purple roll button and let me know what you get.
I think it rolled it already. It says, please help me interpret what I rolled. It says trait roll of 21, hope is 2, fear is 6 plus 3. But I didn't do anything with the advantage.
Hope. So we're not doing anything with the advantage. Click the roll button again one more time. I'm a little confused by what you said previously.
Okay, so that roll button is gone. Do I just click duality again?
Yeah, so you can either click. You can click where it says in nature's tongue under the domain effects section. You can click the +3 instinct roll box and it'll pull that up. And then you click the purple roll button. And so it should have then.
I see, yes. It says hope is 9, fear is 5 with hope.
Okay. 9 and 5 +3, 17 with hope.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. The bramble abides and withdraws.
Sorry, was I supposed to do something?
Now, I was just checking on the effects. So the glow from your firefly companion continues. And almost as if revealing it to be false, it burns away that bramble that was forming around your Fey friend's hand. And it returns back to just a thorn wound. And you have, as far as you can tell, reversed that. You look at the mirror again?
You're asking me? Or are you asking me if I'm doing that? Or you're telling me that I
I,
should look
I,
at my
I'm asking if you look at the mirror again or if you've put it away.
No, it's hidden.
Okay. So the drop of water falls off of the leaf and it returns to your side in its place, looking much like your other leaf and plant-based clothing. You've never seen this happen to anyone before, though. So that was a very unusual event. Back to Salazar. You've had a few moments now to investigate the chamber. You had some very good luck when you entered to have noticed what you did and to have noticed very subtle movement in something that moves very slowly. And are you going to do anything else in the space? Do you want to look for anything in particular or any other clues that you might want to try to seek out? Or do you think you have enough information to act on?
So I've noticed something moving slow.
So you successfully noticed that the statue itself, Nicta,
Yeah.
is reversing direction and is now turning back towards the direction of bringing spring, bringing warm seasons, growth seasons. And otherwise, the space seems empty, uh, but you could convince yourself of that more thoroughly if you wished. So, and then the other thing that you need to keep in mind that I'll remind you of is the injured person that you noticed on the way in.
Ah, yes. I would like to go. I've seen enough. I've seen enough, and I will go to check on Thaddeus.
Easy enough. Give me a knowledge roll with disadvantage.
One disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 1 with hope.
One with hope. Oh, you
What?
rolled. You rolled 1 and 1 minus
No,
1.
I rolled a 5 hope, 2 fear, and then a 5 for the disadvantage, and then a
Oh,
minus
okay.
1.
Okay.
Right? Because you gave me the disadvantage.
Yeah. So total of what was it?
My total, so I had 5 hope, 2 fear, 5 disadvantage, plus my knowledge is 9 minus 1. So my total score is 1 with hope.
Okay. Well, you
So
get a
I get
hope.
a hope point.
Yeah. But you set off that trap, that magic trap that you forgot about. You forgot to remember. And so, um, uh, so that is going to do. It is a 11 points of damage. So it's unless you are going to use armor slots, it is going to go to hit points.
Mm.
Armor slots for a bare bones character like yourself are a little bit wishy washy. It's like an extension of your hit points. It's the way bare bones kind of works.
So I don't have any armor slots, I don't think. Right?
You do have armor slots, but it's not actually physical armor.
Right.
It's instead of armor, you can think about it as your ice.
So
Like
how
you
do I
might,
use an armor slot? Do I have to spend a hope or something?
yeah. So basically, you would be able to absorb damage using armor slots instead of hit points.
Yeah, I'll do that for now. I'll spend a hope. So I take away a hope
I
and
actually don't
add an armor
remember if that.
slot. Is that right?
I don't know if that requires hope. Hang on, let me.
I guess I can look. How do I should read the directions on how do I use this.
Actually,
So I have 5 armor score, max 5. Oh, I get what you're saying. So I have 5 armor slots.
you can negate some of the damage by using an armor slot.
I get it. I get totally. No, I'm totally confused. Yeah, you don't need to use hope. I have those 5 armor slots. So so I either take, because of this.
Yeah, it doesn't cost hope to do this.
Got it.
This is just something you
I
can do.
have 5 armor. So I either take some hit points of my 7 potential hit points, or I take some armor slot. So I'm going to take, I'll take armor slot. How many do I have to take? 1? Or
it's going to be 2. And so
2,
this
right?
is, we were just inside the major damage threshold.
Right.
And,
yeah. Minor damage 10, major damage 10 to 20, severe damage above 20, right?
Meets it, beats
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. So basically, you took a little bit of damage here from a magical effect. In this case, it kind of didn't actually hurt you. It sort of blasted off the ice that sort of forms on your scales, which returned to a liquid in this case, and becomes available for you again as a component if you wanted to recover it, but you would have to reform the ice later. So that's when you repair armor, what you're doing is intentionally reforming your ice plates. So
it's a very painful.
Yeah. So I just wanted to go ahead and cover that for your version of bare bones, because we've got it's going to come up a lot. We're going to talk about a lot of bare bones today in this adventure.
He captures the water that got melted by this stupid thing.
Yeah, so for that,
ran through instead of flew over.
You're a magical person, so you could sort of pull the water up off the ground and return it into a vessel that you can carry with you. And so with that, that's a very brief, it took us a moment to describe it, but that was a very brief stop on your way back to Thaddeus. So you get back to Thaddeus, and now's a chance to help here. Would you like to start trying to heal, or do you want to check on the level of injury, or what would you like to do?
I want to examine him first.
Yeah. Okay. So triage first.
Yes.
So go ahead and give me I think this will be instinct.
So an instinct roll?
Yes.
With no advantage or disadvantage, just a straight instinct roll, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. It'll be +2.
Yeah. Well, you've got those at different, that when you had the extra dice, advantage, disadvantage. Yeah. +2 is my traits. Anyway, I got a 13 with hope. So I get another hope point, right?
Yes.
Now I'm up to my 6 of 6 hope points.
Yeah, and so that makes it a prime opportunity to spend some. What you notice is that Thaddeus was likely standing guard and was rendered incapacitated to unconsciousness, is very much alive, but is simply, kind of conked out. You can't tell if this was a situation where it was damage done to the level that knocked them out, or it could have also been just like a lights out spell sort of thing, where it was the Archmage after all. It's very possible that they came in and used a sort of a sleep spell sort of thing. Either way, you believe that your magic would be sufficient if you were to use it in a healing way here.
Yeah. So I want to do what I can to wake Thaddeus up and find out what he did to allow this to
So
happen both.
you kind of, touch. You have to actually, this is a touch. You lay your hands upon Thaddeus. You channel the healing magic to close any wounds or restore consciousness in this case. And
did you
Thaddeus,
sorry.
I was reading something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So Thaddeus does wake up and says, Salazar, did you do this to me?
Thaddeus, no, of course not. What did you do?
I did what I always do. I was guarding the door to Nicta.
About as well as you always do. You let the
What's that
Archmage
supposed to
in.
mean?
You let the Archmage in.
What are you talking about? The Archmage? Phylak from Haven?
Yes.
That's impossible.
Oh, that is. It's happened. I saw it. The amber eye of Nicta is gone, and now Nicta is looking back to the wrong season. The statue is turning, staying not, and has one eye.
Ah.
Ah? Ah? Yeah.
Hard
This is
cut.
one job you have.
We're like zooming out of the monastery as like those words echo out. And so uh, that was not how anyone at the monastery imagined that day going. This is an unimaginable tragedy for your order, Salazar. The Order of Sapientius was founded entirely to protect this sanctuary and everything else that sprung up around the Order's, base here is truly secondary to this primary function. Thaddeus, being the chief guard of Nicta, was really kind of the first, but also the last line of real defense for that season watching faint divinity. And now it's disturbed. The world waits to learn what will happen next. These three characters have each experienced the start of a changing of the seasons, or should I say an unchanging of the seasons. My friends and I here are going to be exploring this world, the world of the Witherwild, Daggerheart campaign frame. I am Justin the Wizard. I'm here with my friends Jeff, Sheila, and Andrew to bring a little bit of creative improvisational life to a world of our own. We are health coaches, Andrew's a counselor, and we are going to be bringing a little bit of what I think I'm going to call coaches and counselors, C&C, and we're playing Daggerheart. Anybody else want to say something before we kind of conclude this introductory session?